All right, so I just got back from BC where we did a pile of work on our Land Cruiser, which is also getting the hybrid kit. We shoved all these parts into a tiny pickup truck, and we did that out in BC so that the guys can finish that up with wiring harnesses and making sure that all the systems are communicating with each other. But the batteries just showed up, so they're getting shipped over here, and we're gonna continue working on the Ram and getting this ready to move very shortly too. On top of that, we did a pile of work to the cab and the box. It is going to be a beautiful, one-of-a-kind show truck, and I'm super proud of all the work that we've done to it. We've done probably 14 months of planning to get to this point, and before you know it, these tires will be spinning. Here we go. This is the process that we'll be using to put our electric motors underneath any and every single pickup truck that's been built in the last 6 decades. Now I gotta figure out how to make a universal mount that can fit on multiple different platforms and be adjustable. And get Vince to weld a fuel tank for me. And while we're building the kit, we build everything that we can't change first. This is our battery.
We're back here and we're scanning the underside of the Dodge like we did at the LC.
We're going all out with laser cutting and bending and folding.
So we're gonna spray your Dodge Ram as long box under the rail. We're gonna do it in our premium liner, which has our UV protected top coat.
All the glory happens in 5 minutes.
That's right.
Somehow we ended up with 5 Mopars, and we went from a Chevy channel bashing Fords to owning a whole bunch of Fords to always bashing Dodges and then owning a bunch of Mopars. I think so. We're really excited to show this off and hopefully the Fargo and a couple more of our projects at Canada's largest Moparfest on August 16th to 17th in New Hamburg in Canada. It should be all together where you can have a first look at this truck, which is Canada's first diesel electric hybrid. And you have just as much time to finish a project as I do this, and we'll race to see whether we can see you there, shake your hand, give you guys a tour of this in person. Kids under 15 are free, and it's just a good family function where it's all things Mopar, and can't wait to see you guys there. Because I gotta move the Dodge cab outside, and I made this cart, but I made all of the wheels casters so that they can swivel. And that's a pain because the cart goes exactly just where you don't want it to go. It's got its mind of its own. But Baxter put this really neat little winch on the Gator. It has this remote. So rather than bugging Baxter to give me a hand rolling this out, I can just use this remote. That's pretty sweet. Now I can steer it.
Hey Rich, watch the frame right there.
Let's cut it out. Okay, I'm gonna need your hand.
Just doing a little window cleaning before the tint goes on. Make sure everything's nice and clean before we put the film on. I've been doing this now for 17 years. I enjoy it. It's almost like a hobby now. Let's go. Longer legs. Just put it in there. It drops into place. Just like that. This is limo tint, yeah. When it gets the dash back in, we're gonna do the front windows 15%.
Oh, hey guys, you probably didn't even see me in there. The windows are so dark. So we've been getting a few vehicles tinted around here. That's one thing that you can do to vehicles to make them look like brand new. So we had Image Tint come in here, get a few of the vehicles done. We got the Ram tinted, the Airstream's done, F3 Kitty's done. So we are gonna get Tom back here to do the front windows. Before we do that, we gotta be able to get the interior put back in here, make sure the windows can go up and down. So we kinda got 2 options here to get these windows up and down for Tom. One, we can go back to old trusty Milwaukee battery, or what we're waiting for is the batteries from BC, and they are in.
We've received all the batteries for the pickup truck projects, so we're storing them in our state-of-the-art warehouse facility. Currently, we've already taken the LC batteries, dropped them in the chassis, and are working on finalizing the commissioning process for that truck. Next steps is to get Rich his batteries out to Ontario for the Dodge and get that truck on the road as soon as possible.
All right, so if you guys have been following Edison at all, they're out in BC and I'm in Ontario. We are 3,000 miles, about 4,000 kilometers away from each other. We will be shipping stuff back and forth. We finally found a good company to work with, and that's Freight Quote. They ship all throughout Canada and the US. So Andy's gonna talk to you about that. Here we go.
All right, I'm just gonna hop on the computer here and go to freightquote.com by C.H. Robinson. Now, they make it super easy to ship. They walk you through everything step by step. Whether you're sending a single box or a full truckload, they got you covered. Thankfully, Freight Quote figures out all the dimensional class for me, because honestly, I don't ship stuff all that often. Once everything's in the computer here, boom, I get a list of all the carrier options with the pricing, ratings, and even staff picks. I can go over the insurance details and add extra coverage if I want that peace of mind. Once I've double checked everything, I can place the order, and then now I just have to send the paperwork and bill of lading over to Edison Motors so they can get it put on the pallet. Now let's head over to Rich's so he can show us how the shipment needs to be packaged up before it's ready to roll.
Obviously, they need to know the size and the weight, because before you know it, it's like, well, you said it was 400 pounds, it was actually 500 pounds. It makes a big deal when the trucker's overweight. Or you said that it was stackable and it wasn't stackable. Do you have a loading dock? Do you not have a loading dock? Do you have a forklift? Do you not have a forklift? So another thing is making sure that everything is bolted down properly. To have it on a pallet or a skid is the most safest way to ship something across, especially when it's larger items. If it's smaller items, still might want to consider like a smaller skid and then pack it right full, nice and tight, making sure that it's not damaged at all. It's as simple as just bolting it down to the skid. This is the brain from our entire system. So this has the disconnects for the shut off so we can work on the system. And then everything is basically connected to this system, which is the power distribution unit. This was in the box on the LC, but this is going on the back firewall on the Ram. I think that's where we're gonna put it. And then we can still put a couple components on the floor of the cab as well. So underneath this is the batteries.
Let's have the heavy end.
Why? It looks like it's probably like a bit more than me, but this is our battery. Grab this one and we'll put it right in front there. Yeah. Go ahead. I can't believe you actually went for that. It's only 300 pounds per side, man. What? I thought it worked out.
How much is this? How much is it?
245 kilograms. All right, so if you do have any questions about shipping, we'll put the link down on where to go to the website to ask any questions. And if you use Deboss 20, you get 20 bucks off on your first shipment. And then if you get set up on the rewards program, the more you ship, the cheaper it'll get, more discounts that are available to you. From here, we are going to take these and we're going to show you what Lee was up to. And the LC, we made all our own brackets with a grinder and a welder. For the Ram, we're going all out with laser cutting and bending and folding. We're going to powder coat these brackets eventually once we make sure that the batteries fit in there really nice. And then we are going to put them in the truck.
All right, I'm here today with Lou. We got the Dodge up on the lift. Bit painful, but we figured it out. Hey, Lou?
Yeah, that's right. So we're back here. My name's actually Lee, but we're back here and we're scanning the underside of the Dodge. We did this also on the LC. It's helpful to have this scan. We put it in the CAD software so that we can model for clearances and build a wiring harness off of wherever the components will actually be on the truck.
So you're scanning her? Like, show everybody how you're scanning it, Lou. Everyone wants to know.
That's what the time.
This guy does drink iced coffee and not a normal coffee, so that might be part of the problem here.
No, you can't say that. So I just finished scanning the underside of the cab here, and we're gonna drop it and try to get a little bit of the outside and most of the interior, because that's where all the boxes are going. Alrighty, so we got the Dodge all dropped down here to a height we can work with. I sprayed some of the shiny parts of the cab here with this lovely foot spray here. Keep the glare down so that the scanner can actually pick it up. We're gonna try and get a little bit of the side of the cab. That's all. It doesn't lose itself. No biggie. We don't need to spray the whole cab. Just get the important corners and we can build the rest of it in CAD. Alrighty, so we have the scan all done here. You can see the grill and the floor pan. We're gonna export it and see what we can do in CAD.
What you doing, Lee?
Alrighty, so we're just here in Onshape. I've just scanned the bottom of the cab. We got the grill in high definition and the bottom with all of the cab mounting spots. This is gonna be helpful when we're checking for clearances in the other model. So we've got the surface of the cab in the assembly model, and we can check here. You can put a section view on the front, and it's nice because we can go here and pan along and check for clearances kind of everywhere, make sure nothing's hitting.
Without using cardboard?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Just kind of work our way along and make sure nothing's gonna hit.
That is cool.
Yeah. Once we've moved along a little bit, we'll also be able to put all of our components in the back behind the seats in here. Yeah, super helpful.
Lee has been working hard making our own brackets. Now, when I was in school, our auto teacher told us we won't have any part stores anymore because eventually we'll have laser printers and welders that they're just going to print an alternator for you in the store and then give it to you. Now, we're not quite there yet, putting a bunch of windings and stuff together on alternator, but we are there with a printer. So we now have these with, again, a very inexpensive tool, right, Lee?
Yeah, it was pretty reasonable. It was only about 500 bucks, and then this extra filament holder is a little bit more on top of that.
We got a steel plate on the bottom with a nut that goes in the back, kind of like the Granger clamps, and then we bolt them down so we can weld them down, but we also have the ability to bolt them straight through. And then we're working on pass-throughs as well. So these are just basically to hold it alongside of the frame, and then we also have ones that are going to go through the bed and allow you to pull a harness through the bed without having to disassemble everything.
Baxter and I, we decided we'd see how much it takes for them to break, so we put the ratchet on and we just started cranking away, and it just went and went and went, and then eventually the bolt ate through the top plastic, and we were like, well, what if we put a washer on it? So then for the other bolt hole, we did the same thing, but we had a washer on it. We started cranking on it, and it just kept going and going and going, and then pop! The welds broke before the plastic did, so they're tougher than they need to be. We could be making them with a lower infill and thinner walls, but we make her tougher than is needed for the project, so.
Yeah, so why bother? There's a little extra time and whatever, so yeah, make her solid.
Okay, so you can see here we have the scan in Onshape. We've worked to make a solid model out of the scan. I mirrored it to the other side, and I've begun making brackets to hold the batteries in between the frame rails here behind the generator. So you can see over here in the light gray, there's all these different parts that all fit right into the frame. They're going to get laser cut, bent, and welded, and then all we should have to do is drill a couple holes and bolt it in. Yeah, I guess I can show you these ones. So this is what I had come up with initially. It goes in kind of like that. I would have extended a little bit further. That's just all we could get on the printer. After talking with Rich and Baxter, we decided it was a little bit too complicated and we'd do it a little differently. So we came up with...
Scratch my paint?
Holy, it's tough. Come on. So just like that, it'd go like this, and there'd be 4 holes in the front and something that comes in here. There's been a couple changes since, but
yeah,
get bolted through.
So there is a lip here, eh?
Yeah.
Did you
so
go higher than that?
Yep, higher.
Okay.
And a deeper.
And that's why you 3D print stuff.
That's why I 3D print stuff before we go ahead with it, so we can see these issues before we waste all the metal and time.
So yeah, we don't want to just have it hanging off the bottom in case this is rotten. So, but it is the easiest thing, just bolt it to the bottom, right? So I said if you go straight through and then have another bracket that bolts it to the side here and still allows me to have some wiring to go in behind it if I have to, then I'm happy with that. And then that allows you to put them anywhere in here, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Because we don't know totally 100% where the batteries are going to go, what direction they're going to point. Like, we're limited by a lot of factors. So having adjustability is really important. Yeah, this is going to be vertical.
Okay.
Yeah,
So this one probably would be big, like strong enough without having the C on the top, because this held
Just
up the
the
whole
floor?
transmission, right?
Yeah,
but
true.
I'm really happy with that.
Excellent. So we'll know in a couple days when the steel parts come in how it worked, and yeah, we're hoping for the best.
No, we're not hoping for the best.
know it's-
We hired you. You are the best, and you can't wait to bolt this in because it's going to be flawless.
Oh boy, setting a high bar here.
It's important language you got to use when you're building prototypes.
Yeah, I guess so. Eh?
We found a local shop where we're gonna get everything laser cut, bending, welding. So there's all kinds of steps in this process. So we're excited to get those back. We should have them pretty soon. And then we can test fit them and send them away to get powder coated. Now, we gotta figure out, are we gonna stick with the Edison blue when we powder coat them, go with black? Comment down below, let us know what you think.
All right, so one thing I wanted to clarify about the LC was that we get a lot of comments that we're using up too much of the bed space, and that makes it irrelevant. Now, that was a specific requirement by the customer. If it was me, I would have taken everything that was in the back of the box and put it in the back of the cab. Still have 2 occupants, 3 if you really want, and have full use of that tiny box. They said we just need to throw a little bit of gear in the back. We don't care about the bed space. We want the entire cab empty, so we complied. On the Ram, we are gonna make sure that the entire bed is empty so that you have full functioning truck. We're gonna stuck everything underneath. Now that chiller is really big. Keep in mind that that is twice as big as what it needs to be because that is meant for the semi trucks. We're building smaller units that could probably fit underneath the hood or behind the back axle, no problem. And we're still working on that, but keep in mind that those will be smaller parts. A lot of the boxes are prototype, and there's a lot of empty space inside there. As we keep going, those parts will keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller. But even for this prototype, I'm confident we can have full use of that really nice bed, which is one of the reasons why we got our bed line next. We're gonna cover this thing, make it beautiful, make it durable, and make it so that we can use it to the full extent as what a work truck was meant to do and carry dirt and shavings and shingles and whatever else. But we want full use of that 8-foot bed.
All right, we're here in Cambridge, Ontario, and we're here meeting up with Chad from Linex.
Nice to meet you guys.
So what are we putting on there?
So we're gonna spray your Dodge Ram as long box under the rail. We're gonna do it in our premium liner, which has our UV protected top coat to keep it looking shiny and brand new. Takes about 5 minutes to spray the truck.
Right, yeah.
So it takes us about an hour and a half to 2 hours to prep it, sand it, and coating's only as good as what it has to adhere to, right? So,
Right. All the glory happens in 5 minutes.
That's right. Yeah, so what we do now is I'm gonna scuff all the edges, and then we go over through the whole thing with our air sanders, and we do the rest of the truck. But we don't wanna get too close with the air sander and do any areas we're in, so we do all the edges by hand, and the rest of it all be sanded by air sander to get a good, clean adhesion.
So you guys mobile with that as well? Like,
Yeah, we can go mobile. The hard part is making sure that you can contain it, right? Spray something and the wind picks up, right? It would travel 100 feet, and then it sticks. Sticks to what it lands to.
Oh yeah, I guess, yeah.
We always tell people like it's a lot easier if you can bring it to us. We use a wire trim product that cuts the coating because the coating's so thick. Otherwise, you have to take a knife and cut it, where this way we pull the wire, you get nice clean edges, clean cuts. All your wire trim comes across here, down, and across the bottom. And when we take it all apart, we can show you then, and we pull the wires, and we get a nice clean edge, and it looks professionally done and as it is. Here's my Graco machine. Bring the drums in. We've got 2 machines going. There's the Linex product. So we've got 2 bays spraying on each side. That way we can do our bigger bay, does more of the custom industrial side, and standard bay does the pickup trucks. So I'm just getting my air lines out right now. We're ready. I'm gonna go get my suit now, and I'm gonna suit up and spray it. We use the forced air systems when we spray, so we're not breathing this in, but besides that, the rest of it is pretty much ready to go.
breakdown. Box looks great. This is awesome. Really excited about it. A few questions about Linux. You look like you're sweating in there.
A little warm, it gets pretty hot in there.
Yeah?
So the product comes out of the machine. It's a 2-part component, so it comes out of the machine at about 150 degrees, and
It's Fahrenheit?
yeah, it dries in about 3 seconds to the touch is the standard.
Wow.
So by it being sprayed like that, we can put consistent coatings over top of each other, and that's how we can get a consistent, good, thick base through the whole truck.
This coating is pretty hard to the touch, right?
Yep.
Is there any flexibility in it? Is it rigid? Will it crack if we...
So like I said, I've been spraying it for over 25 years, and we say it's going to stand up to 99% of what people are going to throw at it. It's got enough strength in it that it can flex and take everyday normal wear and tear use to it. Same thing if you're sliding skids in over top of it, it'll be fine as long as nothing sharp's going to grab it. But everyday normal tear, wear and use, it's going to stand up to it. If by chance lightning strikes and something happens to it, it can definitely be repaired, it can be refixed and stuff like that. So we can spray it on, we can touch it up, we can fix it, and that's all part of the Linux nationwide warranty.
Is there any maintenance that's involved with keeping it looking nice? Do you spray it down? Do you have to use a certain soap or anything on it?
No, pretty much the only thing we say is don't clean it with gas or diesel. Just use normal soap or anything on it, and you can keep it looking shiny and new.
Great, yeah, well this looks great.
Yeah.
It does look shiny and new. Looks like it just came out of the press. So, well, thank you very much.
No worries,
Yeah,
thanks
really
a lot, guys.
appreciate it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, what do you think?
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I was pretty excited to show that to you. Yeah, I think they did an awesome job on it. So it's got the Linux premium coating on it too.
Nice.
So that's what's going to make it nice and shiny.
That looks sick though. I'm really happy with that. All right, so that's it for this one. We got more stuff coming up in the Fargo. I'm heading back to, but Baxter's doing a great job. It's in his hands. He's building a custom doghouse for it. We got the cab back on it again. We had to redo some intake pipes, but that video is coming out. Nothing like having 4 major projects on the go at the same time. This and the Ram will be at Moparfest. We'll see you guys there. I'm heading to Wisconsin because the wiring harness is almost done for the LC. We're gonna spin some tires. I'm so excited about that because everything we're learning from that is going straight into the Ram. So we'll catch you on the next one. Remember, if you're not filthy, you're not rich. Here we go.